But what the threat actors would have had access to were the straight traditional SMS text messages being sent across the wire through these networks. Huge amount of data. So not only were they able to target the lawful intercept systems of the telecoms, they were able to read messages and other unencrypted communications. And the FBI said, "Hey, everyone, you should use encrypted communications," because the telecommunication companies simply just have no idea of whether they were able to extract the threat actors. They have no idea. But this is an initial response to that. This is a pretty good article that goes into the history. Uh, Here you go. So in October 20, this isn't new, right? So in October 2021, 9 months into Mr. Biden's term, the FCC revoked all licenses for China Telecom Americas to provide ordinary phone services in the United States, saying it was subject to exploitation, influence, and control by the Chinese government. But that didn't restrict China Telecom from having nodes on American networks. And basically, a node means that they're still connected, right? They're still part of the internet. And that means that they still have the power to, quote, peer in to internet and phone traffic. So this new order removes that ability, is essentially basically completely banning them from operating everything and anything in the United States. This is not new. Of course, in 2021, like we just read, some steps were taken to stop China Telecom from operating ordinary phone services in the U.S. Also, in April of 2024, as part of a broader ruling, not ruling, but a broader order from the FCC, excuse me, they did bar Chinese telecom carriers from offering U.S. broadband services. So they did this in April of this year. This was part of the broader net neutrality order, which came down in April. But the Federal Communication Commission said Thursday is ordering U.S. units of China Telecom, China Unicom, and China Mobile to discontinue fixed or mobile broadband operations in the United States. This is not new. The federal government has been slowly but surely removing Chinese ISPs and Chinese ISP-related activities from the U.S. So in the 90s, yeah, Chinese organizations started to buy up or start ISPs in the United States, and since probably the mid 2010s, the U.S. government has slowly but surely been removing them for national security reasons, of course. But this is not new. The federal government has been basically blocking Chinese ISPs and ISP-related and internet service provider-related technologies like cloud providers from operating in the U.S. The thought there is that any Chinese company is an extension of the Chinese government and basically has to do what the Chinese government says, and therefore they are a national security threat. So, I mean, yeah, I guess this is a good first step. I'm curious as to see what happens when a new administration rolls in. They've had a lot of talk about more offensive operations. That may or may not be the right way to go. This is something that I think probably should have happened anyways. I don't know why they would have